ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another tutorial of Master Git and GitHub course. And in this tutorial, we will learn about the basic commands required in 21st century. So before jumping to this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. So as you can see, in our previous tutorial, we learned about installing Git within our operating system. So we also launch git bash, right? We also launch git bash within our system and just run git version command to verify that git is installed or not. Now we will again launch git bash and then we will work git command little bit, right? We will just work with git basic commands. So I turn on git bash on my system. As you can see, the git bash was successfully launched. So now I will create a directory. I will name it as git, right? So now I will cd within my git directory, and after that the very first command uh, for git is a git init, right? So git init command will initialize uh, .git file within my system. So if you want to see the .git file, just write ll minus a, and as you can see here is our .git for directory. So the .git directory within our git folder is very special. The .git directory is responsible for version controlling our project locally. It actually controls our project locally, and then .git push everything to remote git. Remote git is like which GitHub and all the websites, version controlling websites are using. Remote git is actually .git file in our remote directory. So when you make some changes to the files, the .git file is responsible to stage those changes and then commit those changes, then push these changes to GitHub repository. So now our next step will be to launch this directory on Visual Studio Code to understand more about uh, Git basic commands, right? So I love Visual Studio Code. I will suggest you to download and install Visual Studio Code because Visual Studio Code is a great IDE, very easy to use and open source. We have .git file within our Git directory. We have nothing else within this directory. So now we have a like built-in extension for Git, which Visual Studio Code provide us for free, right? This is source control Git, right? So this is the built-in Git extension for Visual Studio Code. Now I will create a new file. So if you want to create a new file, just click on this plus symbol within the directory section and then click on it, and we will create a new file, readme.md, right? Readme.md is the documentary file. MD files are mostly considered as a documentary file in open source, and readme.md is description of repository. This file holds all the description about repository. We create different types of file, for example contributing.md and and uh, uh, and different categories of file, for example code of conduct.md. In one open source project there can be a lot of .md files, right? So now we created readme.md file, and now if you click on source control, you will see that uh, the source control extension is saying that we have one change, which is readme.md. We have one change, which is readme.md, and now we need to stage this change uh, to true.git to the local git, so that we can push this change to the git remote, right? So this is very simple. This thing is very simple. Just write git add dot. Git add dot will add all the changes and stage those changes, right? So as you can see, our changes is staged, and by staged by when we stage changes, uh, after staging these changes, we can push it to GitHub repository. So, but wait a second. Here is a like special thing which Git provide us, which is .git ignore. .git ignore file .git ignore file is responsible for like ignoring files. Suppose if you created a new file a.js. Now you are saying Git that I don't need this file in the remote repository, in the remote directory. So you just need to ignore this file within dot git ignore, right? So as you can see, dot git will ignore this file, and this file will be only within our local system, and this file will not pushed to the remote. So the advantage of using .git within our project is that when we have a secret environment file within the project, it is compulsory to git ignore those files, because those files contain environment variables, secret variable, for example AWS secret key, and maybe some secret code, maybe a JWT key. So git ignore can help a lot in that case, right? So now uh, back to the commands, right? So now we added a .git ignore file. Now what next? We again need to add the git ignore file. We need to stage the git ignore file, right? Now over all the changes are staged, including we have two file in stage, which is readme.md, and the second one is git ignore file. So what next? Now we have a very awesome command which is responsible for adding a message for the change which we have done. Now what we have done, we have added a readme.md file and we added a git ignore file. So now we just need to commit these changes. So git commit minus m is actually responsible for adding commit to the changes. So this minus m mean message, right? Git commit message, and message is add readme.md. So it like added this file from staged to commit. It actually created a commit of this staged changes. Now if you want to see if your commit was successful or not, you can write git log. Git log command will by using git log command, you can see all the commits within your branch, right, within your repository. So suppose if you want to create a new branch and then push it to the git repository. So first of all, let's discuss what is a branch. A branch is like a separate environment, a separate environment for a developer. Suppose if a seven developer seven people of developer team working separately, and then they like need to merge these changes to a single branch, so they will need to create a separate branch for those changes. Suppose if I am working on a feature called add user, and my colleague is working on delete user, so we both uh, will never do development on same branch, but we will create a separate branch. He will create the delete user branch and I will create add user branch, and then we will like merge it into single branch, which is our master branch, right? So git checkout minus b, and our branch name I will call it as readme. So git checkout minus b readme is responsible for creating readme a new branch, which we name it as readme. So this will create a new branch readme locally within our system. This will not create a branch to the remote. So we created a branch and switched to readme, as you can see here. Before that we was on master branch, now we created a readme branch. If you want to check how many branches you have, just write git branch. Git branch will print all the branches, and it will also show you on which branch you are currently uh, doing development on, right? So we switch from master to readme. So now, do master have the changes which we done on do readme have those changes which we done on master? So if you want to check this, just write git log. See, if you push this branch, if you push this branch over, because we created this branch from master and we commit locally on master, and then we created a new branch which is readme. If you push this branch to the git remote, our add readme.md will be added to that branch. After that, you need to create pull request, which is a like advanced topic which we will discuss in this course later on. So that's all from my side. If you want to learn more about git basic command, you can follow official documentation of git, which is very great as well as, right? So that's it. Thank you for watching.